it's amazing, Alnita. And in case you're wondering where is Nita now, I am actually on our balcony talking with Linda Brown. Linda, before I get started with the interview, I just have to give her a serious shout out because Linda has been instrumental in changing my life. You know, sometimes you end up at a job and you end up with a friend. I ended up with a lifestyle increase. I mean, she has just been there, and she is the reason that I am on this long journey. So let me just, in front of everybody, let me applaud. Linda does not like that. Every time I say it, she blushes, but I want the world to know I love this woman. I appreciate the way she has shown up for me and my family. But with that being said, I have been talking to lots of guests on this ship, and I would be remiss if I did not take the opportunity to talk to Linda about something that feels very close to her heart. So I'm going to let her introduce herself. Can you please officially tell us who you are?
I'm Linda Brown.
Linda Brown.
And being in retirement now, I've enjoyed going to many places around the world, and one of my bucket list items was going to Cambodia to see the temple ruins there, the Angkor Wat. So I was there last year. Two years ago. And at the end of our time there, the guide gave us the opportunity to go see a couple of places, the museum or killing field or the rats. And we all kind of went, rats?
That's what I said when you told me. I was like, dirty, rotten rats. You're like, no!
But going to see these rats has been one of the things that has really opened my eyes to possibilities. And these rats have been trained. They're giant African pouch rats from Tanzania, and they've been trained to sniff out landmines. And there are so many landmines still left from World War II and the Vietnam War,
Wow.
and now there's more landmines being put down in the Ukraine. And so this program is expanding, and the fact that people can't go back to earn their living on their own lands because of these dangers is just mind-blowing. And Cambodia has the highest percentage of people injured from landmines of anywhere in the world.
Okay, so let's stop and tell, the name of this program is called?
Well, the organization is called APOPO, APOPO, and you can find them at apopo.com.
Okay, APOPO.com, APOPO.
Mm-hmm.
And what they do is?
They train the rats to find the landmines. The rats are also talented in that they can smell out TB, which is a big problem, especially in Africa and other third world countries, because that's so often missed. And if it's caught early, it can be healed. And then they've now created rats that can smell cargoes for poached animal remains or the animals themselves. And they're also training them in Turkey to go into disaster areas to find survivors.
Wow, so it's really fitting that these rats, they're not just rats, they're called HeroRats.
Right, the people call them HeroRats, and say that not every hero can wear a cape. But I want to show you a picture of the rats. They're about the size of a cat.
Right, because when you think of rats, you think of like little tiny rats, but these are here. Let me bring this up closer so you can actually see it. That is not a cat in her arms. That is one of the HeroRats. that was trained to carry out these very important missions.
And the other thing that just blows my mind is how God has allowed us to recognize, even in animals that are so reviled by us, to think about rats, to find really good, wonderful qualities and be able to put them to good use in the world around us.
I think, when people think of wars, a lot of times, I think in modern times, because of movies and everything, you think, okay, the war ends today, then all of the devastation ends and goes away. But here it is, we're talking 40, 50, even more years later that people are still being injured by doing something as simple as walking and stepping onto a landmine.
Right, right. And it's affecting the children's lives who had absolutely nothing to do with the wars, and it's just clouding their future. So if we can come up with these ideas, and this is a much safer thing because the rats are light enough, they don't set off the landmine. And the rat, to tell the handlers that it smells a landmine, it starts digging in the spot. And then the handlers pull it over to the side, and then it makes the run across the field again. And if it stops in the same place and starts digging, that then is a sure sign that there's a landmine there, and they'll call in the next team to dismantle or to blow up the mine.
Well, that's clever. I mean, if you think about it, if anybody has ever used a rat trap, if you will, or a mouse trap to try to catch a mouse, sometimes, you bait it with the cheese, and you look up and the cheese is gone, but the rat's not there. So it's employing that same that same principle to actually be able to figure out exactly where these landmines are located. So we get no humans harmed in the process, and it sounds like no rats either.
Right. In general, because they're so light that it doesn't set them off.
Wow. And so what is their reward? How does this work exactly?
Well, there's 2 handlers for each rat on each side of the field, and then there's a tether line that goes across. And when the rat gets to the side where the handler is, he gets an edible reward, like a piece of banana or some other kind of vegetable rewards. But these rats only eat vegetables.
Oh, so not even not what I guess this is one of those things about expanding what you think of when you think of a rat. Because I think of, plagues, and I think of just communicable diseases, things that you don't really want to be around. And yet the rat in your picture looks kind of cuddly.
Yeah, it does. It's about cat size, and certainly it's a non-aggressive animal. So probably that's how it developed, that people were making them pets and then realized that they had special capabilities and were trainable.
Now, did you say Tanzania? That's where they come from?
Right.
So
Tanzania.
do they ship them in?
Well, they train them in Tanzania.
Okay.
And then they're shipped in, and the handlers go there to be trained too, and to come out. And one of the good things too about the rats is it only takes like $7,000 to train a rat, whereas for a dog it takes closer to $50,000.
Oh, wow. 7,000. I mean, these are like protective. I could see parades, hero rats. I mean, it's just like, who would have ever thought? But people in these parts of the world, they seem to make the biggest use of the resources that they have available. So in Tanzania, was it that they have a big rat population? Is that the case? Or are these specially bred? Do you know?
Well, that they have developed and grown there in Tanzania.
Okay. Okay.
And then people have been able to interact with them. And the first thing that they were trained to do was to detect TB.
Okay. Okay. Well, so not only are they saving limbs, they're saving lives by detecting diseases early, and it seems like they're going to expand what they can do with them.
Right.
So if people want to get involved with this organization, what can they do? How can they help?
Well, if you go do your search with Google or whoever,
Mhm.
and put in APOPO.com, it will come up to their web page, and you can read about the programs, and it also has the ability that you can send in donations.
And any amount helps.
Right, right. And they are an international charity, but they do have an American branch, so that if you're American, you can give there, and if you're part of the other round the world community, you can give where it's appropriate there.
Well, this is one time we want to see a rat win. We want to see people support this very, very important cause, because children shouldn't have to pay with their limbs. People shouldn't have to pay with their lives. And this is where I believe the flexibility that we've learned about in life, right? In life, you have to learn how to pivot. And so we've learned how to turn a rodent into an ally. And it's changing lives around the world. So please help support this very important cause. HeroRats, be a hero. And remember, all heroes don't wear capes, but these are definitely doing these rats are really doing some heroic things. That's apopo.com, APOPO.com. All right, don't forget to be beautiful, be brilliant, celebrate the HeroRats, and please support them if you can, all right? Now, you can't tell somebody about them, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, be beautiful, be brilliant, and don't forget to shine your light, sugar. Mwah. Bye. Hi, it's Amazing Alnita, and if you enjoyed that video, please subscribe so you can keep up with my journeys, not just here, wherever I go and experience new things, so you can experience them with me. Thank you. Don't forget to shine your light, sugar. Bye.